guys, Skaty Skate Kate here, ready to play some Nancy Drew. Super excited. I've been wanting to stream and record and play these games for other people to see for a long time. And oh gosh, I am in love with these games. I have been playing these games since they came out in the late 90s. The first one I think came out in like 1998. And I've been playing them all the way through for years and years, played all of these games multiple times, and just want to share my love of these Nancy Drew games with you guys. So this game in particular is probably my favorite Nancy Drew game. It's called Danger on Deception Island, and the premise of the game is basically Nancy is going on vacation. She's taking a trip away from mystery solving, and she is staying with a woman who does whale watch tours. And so she is going to be staying on her boat, and Nancy gets there and a mystery just falls in her lap, kind of how it usually does. And so we will just go ahead and I guess get into it. So this, when you open the game, this is kind of the main menu, and you see that there are various options. So I'll just go ahead.
Welcome to my latest case, Danger on Deception Island. To learn how to play, choose Gameplay Overview. When you're ready to start the game, choose either Junior or Senior Detective.
So I've always played on Junior Detective. I've kind of been a wuss that way. So I'm going to get out of my comfort zone and do Senior Detective mode. The only difference between the two, basically the mini games and the puzzles and the things that you do, like solving wise, are just going to be a little bit more challenging. The gameplay itself, the interactions you have with characters, and the just to and fro kind of moving around isn't any different. The storyline isn't any different. So,
Dear Ned, here I am on a ferry bound for Deception Island, one of the San Juan Islands off the coast of Washington State. George's friend, Katie Firestone, is expecting me. Katie's a marine biologist who's doing research into deep water parasitic growth. She also owns a whale watching boat and takes tours out practically every day. I should be excited, but for some reason I feel on edge, like something's out of whack. Maybe it's because George and Beth arranged this little vacation for me, and sometimes their plans don't work out so well. Or maybe it's because we're about to dock at a place called Snake Horse Harbor. Kind of a creepy name for a town, don't you think? Or maybe it's because I haven't been on vacation for so long that I've forgotten how to relax. Anyway, we're here. It's not raining, but it's not sunny either. It's just kind of gray. Maybe that's why I feel so strange. Ever yours, Nancy.
so the magnifying glass is our cursor.
Katie?
Hi, you must be Nancy. I'm Katie Firestone. Come on, I'll take you down to the boat. Great timing, huh? I just got back from getting some groceries. George could not have picked a better time to arrange for you to come out here. Just last week, this orca showed up in the channel, and now it... Oh my gosh, what happened? Someone tore the place apart. The engine's a mess, parts are missing, others are damaged. Why would somebody do this?
So, I was not controlling anything. That just kind of was like just a quick like run through of everything. So when you talk to characters, you have choices on what you can ask or what you can talk about.
Do you have any idea who did this?
No. Look, you're on vacation. Just go relax. Or bike into town, or take my kayak out. It's at the end of the dock. Just always wear your life jacket. And don't go past the channel markers. And if the fog starts coming in, head to shore fast. The fog we get around here is as thick as cotton. And never go out without a GPS. That's a global positioning system. Mine's somewhere around here. Anyway, your bunk's the empty one below. Why don't you go unpack?
So,
Need any help?
Nope, I'm all unpacked.
so kind of just the way that the game is run, like you point and click. You don't really just kind of move around like other games. So anytime you see the arrow to move forward, you click. To go back, there's always like a U-turn. And then when you can click on something and like zoom in, the magnifying glass will turn red. And each game, the way that you move around and the different icons and things are a little bit different. This one just kind of happens to be how this one is built. So this is a freezer.
Wonder what's in here.
And you can close it, you can move backwards, and sometimes the back arrow will be like this instead of like a complete turnaround because you're just like, I guess, taking a step back. And then you can turn so that this is my bunk, I guess. So this is kind of a little, not an Easter egg per se, but just kind of a reference to a previous game that at some point I will play. And these are also front references from a previous game and previous game as well. Let's see. Okay, so we can... So over here we have the option of making like sandwiches, and depending on the ingredients you put in the sandwich, you can make yourself sick or make Katie sick.
It won't be much of a sandwich if I don't put something in it.
So I'll just make like maybe a PB&J. And then you have the option keep, eat, throw away. And so when you can keep it, you can give it to someone else. When you eat it, you eat it. When you throw it away, you throw it away. Let's see. So what else can I investigate?
It looks like whoever damaged your engine did something to your faucet, too.
It'd be great if you could fix it. The pipes are in the cabinet under the sink.
At least the person who messed up the faucet left all the pipes here.
So
I
it gives
hope.
you some instructions, right? Each pipe piece to rotate it. So you should start building
That doesn't
it,
go there.
I think, from here. And you have to be very particular and deliberate with like how you place things. There you go. So that one's stuck.
That doesn't go there.
And so,
That doesn't go there.
in some of these games I haven't played in a hot second.
That doesn't go there. That doesn't go there.
She gets very particular, I guess. That's the problem, is you have to go through and like process of elimination, so we'll just...
This goes here. That doesn't go there. This goes here.
It takes kind of a while to like get the groove.
This goes here.
I think we wind back up this way. That's right.
That doesn't go there.
Oh, shush.
That doesn't go there. That doesn't go there. This goes here. The
Goodness
pipe's all
gracious.
fixed. I'll turn the water back on. There was something under the pipes.
So Andy Jason is a character that we meet later. This happens to be his business card. He runs and operates a place called Whale World. And we'll go there at some point. We also have a laptop over here. This is Katie's card. Town meeting. So, let's see. Oh, they're discussing the orca that appeared in the channel that Katie mentioned at the very, very start of the game. This is her calendar. Nancy Drew arriving today. And then yesterday, day previous, I guess, was when they discussed the orca. These actually, this artwork comes from a previous game.
Ah, my trusty laptop. Good thing I recharged my batteries.
On the laptop, you have an anagram buster.
My
that
brand
you'll
new
use.
anagram buster. If I come across letters that need unscrambling, I'll be all set.
And it's cool because, I mean, you pretty much know that anything provided you're going to have to use at some point. In later games, Nancy, like in the bottom half of the screen, she'll have like a checklist, and her cell phone will actually, like, I mean, you have her cell phone, but she'll have like internet capabilities, and so you can like check email and all of that stuff. So if you like, you know, come on here and read some of these emails, Hannah, if you guys don't know anything about the Nancy Drew books, Hannah is Nancy's housekeeper. Nancy's mom passed away when she was really young, so it's just her and her dad and then the housekeeper. And obviously they say, oh, you can't send emails. But this is, I guess, like the town's website. You can look at the map. There's some information that burglaries have been happening around the town. Information on the orca. This guy, Holt Scotto, is running for Harbor Master. He's another character we come to meet. Excuse me. This is information about Whale World, that place that that guy Andy, we saw his card runs. And then journal, like Nancy will keep notes here. In other games, she ends up with her checklist. She has like a notes section, so you don't have to come to the computer every day. There, but then up here.
Apparently our saboteur took all the books out of the drawer up here. Must have been looking for something. Want me to put them away?
If you could put them back in the drawer for me, that would be awesome.
This is a tedious puzzle, actually, to solve.
Okay,
You
what's
have
the
to fit
best way to get
everything in
all
here
these
with no
in here
spaces.
with no space left over?
So some of these books are, like, and some of these books are like singles. Some of these books are grouped together. Let's see. Looks good. And you kind of just have to play around and like fit different things different ways. Guess that's not gonna be my thing. See, I know that can go there. I might have to. Oh, and these ones don't rotate. That's the crap. So I might have to do some rearranging somewhere else. And sometimes the game can get very picky with like, there's minuscule amounts of space there, but it'll end up fitting. And then it ends up like totally completely redoing how the layout is. So this book talks about wood.
Complex morphological issues? Microscopic tracheid analysis? Microtome surfacing?
So Dr. Prita Vichu, we get to call her later. We get to ask her some questions. And actually, I think it provides the phone number. That's how we end up doing it. Yeah, yeah. There's any other books that we can take out. But later, with regards to the wood, we come here and use her
Okay if I use
microphone.
your microscope?
Sure, go ahead.
And you can like check out her different slide samples of like, oh, let's do onion skin. So that's onion skin under the microscope. There's some hair. I won't bother looking at all of those. Okay, I think that's it as far as what we can look at down there. So when you come up to where she drives her boat.
Uh-oh. Katie's GPS doesn't look so hot. This note wasn't here before, was it?
No, whoever messed up my boat must have written it.
Okay. And yeah, nothing else up here to see.
You know,
we can talk to her
Nancy,
again.
for what it's worth, I shot my mouth off pretty good at the town meeting last night.
What do you mean?
This orca, this killer whale, showed up in the channel about a week ago and has been hanging around here ever since all by itself. She was getting way too close to boats, so I called the National Marines Fisheries Service. They made some recordings and did some tests and are analyzing them. In the meantime, they ordered all boats to stay at least 300 feet away from her or risk paying a $1,000 fine. That's what the meeting last night was about.
I take it not everyone agrees?
The people that fish for a living sure don't. They're steering clear of the whale by taking the long way around the island to get out to sea, which costs them time and fuel. Some people say she should be captured and towed out to sea.
But the fishery service has the last word?
They've asked me to monitor her physical condition while they study their data and decide what to do. But personally, I agree with the no-boat zone. I also think that if she's found to be sick, she should be shipped to a research facility for treatment, not returned to her pod. I said as much last night, only much more strongly.
Do you want me to call the sheriff for you?
Actually, I'd rather not get the sheriff involved. The insurance company would raise my rates, and I just can't afford that. Besides, I've got my very own private detective now. You.
I'm afraid whoever tore up your boat also wrecked your GPS device.
Oh, no. It'd be a shame for you not to go kayaking. I know. Bike to the Hot Kettle Cafe and see if Holt Scotto will let you borrow a GPS from him.
Who's Andy Jason?
Andy does whale watching tours, too. If I had $1 for every time he's come here trying to talk me into selling out to him, I wouldn't be fixing this engine. I'd be buying a new one.
See you in a bit.
Enjoy.
Okay. So we can go. Okay, now here's the deal. Throughout the games, there are a lot of different things that can cause you to have accidents and then need to use the main menu's second chance feature. This happens to be one of them. If you just click the bike without clicking the helmet, you end up crashing. For sake of doing that, we can just, I'll show you, but I'm not going to do that for every single every single thing. So then it has this whole thing and it's like, oh, dadgummit, she died. So then we go to main menu and we click our second chance button, grab the helmet, grab the bike, we bike to the Hot Kettle Cafe. So if you remember, Holt Scotto is the guy that we need to talk to.
Looks like somebody's running for harbor master.
To get a GPS so that we can go kayaking. That was one of the kayaking rules. So coming in here is a very cute little cafe. This guy is Holt Scotto right here, and this lady is Jenna. I don't know.
Well, well, looks like Snake Horse Harbor's got itself a newcomer.
I'm visiting Katie Firestone. My name's Nancy Drew.
Well, now, why would you want to do a thing like that?
Call myself Nancy Drew? Or visit Katie Firestone?
Well, you're not one of them save the whale and heck with everybody else crusader types like she is, are you?
I'm just here on vacation.
Her true colors came out real clear last night. Us fishermen don't count. All that matters is rescuing that poor, precious orca out there. To heck with people trying to make a living. Of course, is the way she makes her living being hurt by that whale? Why, no. Her business is booming. Now, ain't that the oddest thing?
She's back at the boat right now trying to fix her engine. Somebody vandalized it.
She ticked off a lot of people last night. That's what she gets for being so meddlesome. Anyway, welcome to Snake Horse Harbor, home of Cadborosaurus. That's how this place got its name, you know.
Who's Cadborosaurus?
Well, that's the sea monster Native Americans used to see out in the channel ever so often. Called it the snake horse. Had the head of a horse and the body of a giant snake. People on Vancouver Island started calling it Cadborosaurus after it or one of its relatives was seen a couple of times in Cadboro Bay. They call it Caddy for short.
Is it a friendly sea monster?
Back in the late 1800s, he took the rap for a lot of hoodoo around here. Fog would roll in at night, and men would just vanish. It was a snake horse, people would say. Little did they know.
So it wasn't the snake horse?
Well, they'd been shanghaied. See, a bunch of establishments in town had secret panels built right into the walls. Guy'd be having a drink one minute, and next minute he'd be clobbered over the head, whisked into a secret passageway, and taken out to a ship waiting in the harbor. He'd wake up on the high seas and discover that if he wanted to survive, he'd better do what the captain ordered. No matter what he was before, he was now a sailor. It was a cheap way for captains to get crews back then, and an easy way for some of the town's citizens to make money.
So in later games, you have the option of skipping the dialogue. For now, we don't. We have to click through everything.
Whoever trashed Katie's boat also ruined her GPS.
Oh, now that's a shame.
Thing is, I'd like to go kayaking while I'm here. Only I can't without a GPS.
Oh, now that really is a shame. Tell you what, I got a spare right here in my duffel. You know what else I got in my duffel?
I have no idea.
This is a little seamanship quiz I whipped up. I'm thinking about making people pass it before they're allowed to rent any kind of watercraft once I become harbor master. Here.
Nancy gets to do scavenger hunt.
The idea is to cut down on having to rescue people who got no business being out on the water in the first place. Trouble is, nobody's actually taken it yet. I need a guinea pig.
And that would be me?
If you pass the quiz, the GPS is yours. You'll need that container for the last question.
Did you say you were a fisherman?
4th generation. I've fished every ocean for just about every fish you can make money fishing for. Lived here for the last 11 years.
How often do you go fishing?
Every day. Only reason I'm not out there right now is because I've been in and out of campaign meetings since 8 this morning.
You're running for harbor master?
I think it's high time people around here started doing what makes sense, instead of doing what's politically correct all the time. Harbor master we got now bends over backwards so far for the environmentalists, it's a wonder he can still walk upright.
You wouldn't think that you'd come across politics.
See you
in your
around.
Nancy Drew
Yeah,
video
whatever.
game, but you do.
What can I get for you, Nancy?
Since we haven't met, there's only one way you could know my name.
On the day my Aunt Iris turned this place over to me, she said, "Jenna, you're about to become a real good listener." And darned if she wasn't right.
How long ago was that?
Aunt Iris left it to me 3 years ago. It's been in the Devlin family
Jenna
since the
Devlin.
day it was built, which was back in like 1866 or something. So, you're visiting Katie Firestone. My condolences.
Your condolences?
Me and her don't see eye to eye on a couple of things.
You mean like the whale?
That orca out there should be rejoined with her pod as soon as possible. Period. End of story. No matter what Miss Fancy Schmancy's science degree says. Other people may be bamboozled by all her talk of data charts and field tests and monitoring whatnots, but not me. The only thing she wants is to get that whale into an aquarium. It wouldn't surprise me if Katie's been secretly feeding it, which is against the law, by the way. And you know what else? It wouldn't surprise me if she trashed her own boat, because she knew that after that meeting last night, everybody would assume that Holt did it and not want to vote for him. I got an idea. Let's change the subject.
What do you know about the shanghaiing that used to go on around here?
It never went on, that's what I know. Shoving grown men into passageways and carting them off to ships never to be seen again? It's just a big, colorful, tall tale. Never happened.
Does Andy Jason ever come in here?
Everybody comes in here. Know how some people can't go a day without coffee? People around here can't go a day without a bowl of my clam chowder. In fact, if you ever want a free sample, just say the word.
Is Andy Jason in here now by any chance?
Actually, he only comes in once or twice a week. Says he's too busy. Of course, the reason he's so busy is because he's too cheap to hire another person to help him run the place. Kinda surprised me when I heard he was trying to buy Katie Firestone out. Must have something up his sleeves, all I can figure.
And then you can.
Think I could try a bowl of your clam chowder?
Coming right up. Next one will be on the house, too.
So you can just have endless clam chowder.
That was delicious.
Here, let me get rid of that for you.
And at the end of the games, you always have like a list of like trophies that you can win. And in certain games, I don't remember if it does it in this one, but you can earn trophies for like eating a bunch of stuff or snooping in certain things. Or
It's been fun talking to you.
Yeah, hasn't it, though?
so it makes me wonder if this is one of the games that you can do that. But right now, you can't go in this area. They're having a party in here. Let's see. In order to do our quiz or our scavenger hunt from,
A book on sea monsters. Very cool.
take a look at some things in here. So this talks about Caddy, a Borosaurus, and some other things. I don't always sit and actually read everything. So these Nancy Drew games are done by like triggering events. So you have to do certain things in order to move on in the game, otherwise you get stuck. So like there's going to be something later in the game that we need to know these maritime signal flags for. Same thing with like this alphabet that everybody knows. Here we need to know this for our scavenger hunt, the difference between a male and a female. And the difference is like their belly, their underbelly. And if you're careful, oh yeah, it says down here at the bottom, only male Dungeness crabs can get the harvested, so we can't get the female. So the female's abdomen is wider. So when we go and we come across the crabs, we'll have to pay attention, and if we get a female first, then we have to drop it and let it go, and then come back later and get the male. These yet, but there's a bunch
What
of
is
these
this
all over the
card
map.
thing?
Good question. Aunt Ira said it and the others like it have been on the walls in here since the place was built.
So later we will have to create suits, like sets of different suits. We'll have to do like the face cards and aces, I believe. But everyone is going to be different, so you'll have diamonds, clubs, etc. But certain ones, you can only do certain suits on certain ones that'll be like fully completed. So you might start doing, on that particular one, you might start doing clubs, but you can't finish the clubs. You can only do hearts or something. So we're gonna go see Andy Jason. See if he's around. Whale World.
Hi there. Welcome. What can I do you for?
I love the hair.
Are you Andy Jason?
That's me. How'd you know?
I'm Nancy Drew. I'm a friend of Katie Firestone's. I saw your business card on her boat.
Nice to meet you, Nancy. Any friend of Katie's is a friend of mine.
So you consider yourself to be a friend of Katie's?
I like to think we're friends, or that we could be friends if she'd just be reasonable.
You mean if she'd just accept your offer?
I'm offering her the deal of a lifetime. She'd make more money, she'd have more free time. I mean, look at this place. I run a first-class operation. It's my mission to see that everyone who comes to Snake Horse Harbor leaves with a greater appreciation for marine mammals. And if I make a buck in the process, that's cool too.
So we got a few things that we can.
Why do you want to buy Katie out? She can't be taking that many customers away from you.
I don't like her taking any customers away from me. And frankly, with this whale doing its orphan thing out there, I'm losing a lot of customers to her.
Isn't the whale just as good for your business as it is for hers?
Katie convinced the fisheries service that she should be allowed to monitor the orca's condition. which means she can get right up next to the whale while my boat has to stay away.
Katie takes passengers with her when she checks on the whale?
Paying passengers, as many as she can safely fit.
What do you think should be done with the orca out there?
Nothing. I think people should just leave it alone. I mean, why do we humans always think we know best? We can barely deal with ourselves, let alone a whole other species.
Someone ransacked Katie's boat while she was in town this morning. Made a real mess.
Wonder if it's related to those burglaries.
What burglaries?
A bunch of stuff was stolen from 2 shops earlier this week. Food, tools, clothing, electronics. There was no sign of forced entry, no trace of who did it. Sheriff's still scratching his head.
Whoever ransacked Katie's boat tore a bunch of parts out of her engine. It's like they wanted to make sure she couldn't go anywhere for a while.
That's too bad.
Just some of these responses and reactions of certain characters just kind of make me chuckle because, like, sometimes they're really long-winded and sometimes they're very, just super quick to respond.
Do you have any idea who would have done something like that?
Jenna Deblin. Runs the Hot Kettle Cafe. She was seething at the meeting last night. She doesn't think Katie should be allowed anywhere near that whale.
Do you really think Jenna's capable of tearing up an engine?
I was in the kettle once when this guy tried to sneak out without paying. Jenna was so mad and grabbed him so hard that he was the one who yelled for help.
Thanks for your time.
Have a good one.
This little advertisement here says that you can get a free keychain if you win like a whale watching tour. So when we come into this room in here where all of like the exhibits are and things, if we play all the games, we get to win a prize.
Miss, please don't touch that.
And later, he will have us touch that. But again, it has to be triggered by other events in the game, so.
Wow, that's a beauty. Interesting.
So we can't look at this until something else happens.
Looks like I need a key card to play.
So we have to trigger that in order to be able to ask Andy about getting a card to play these games.
Hi, Nancy.
I'd like to play the games in your center, but it looks like I need some kind of key card.
Here you go. This will activate all the games. It will also keep track of what games you've won, and it'll let you play all the games as many times as you want.
That boat in a bottle you have is fascinating.
It was made by one of the first non-Native Americans to settle here, a guy named Benjamin Hawkins. I bought it from this lady who kind of went bonkers after her husband died.
Actually, if you paid attention, on Katie's calendar at the very top of like where she writes all her stuff, there was Benjamin Hawkins' name written in like circled and starred, and so he's pretty important, I guess.
Was Benjamin Hawkins a sailor?
This historian who was in here once said he was pretty sure that was a model of a pirate ship. So now I tell people Hawkins was a pirate, but like most of the settlers around here, he was probably just a farmer.
Thanks for your time.
Whales rule!
Interesting place to do farming. Sure he wasn't like a fisherman? Okay, so there's the audio station, but you should probably go to each of the whales and listen to the audio. So that's the humpback whale. So some cool facts about it. Some of these facts will make an appearance in a trivia game that you have to play. Doll's porpoise. Purring.
Yum! Yum!
It's like whack-a-mole.
Yum! 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 Yum!
You have to click.
Yum! 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 Yum!
You gotta move your mouse was quick.
Yum.
Oh. Got a 19. Don't know what that means. Cool. I'm sure it's some, like, with that you can try to beat your previous score. I don't know. Gray whale. And I like the captioning. Because when you go to the audio center, I think it has the captioning. Killer whales. Interesting. Oh. So orcas are extremely intelligent because of their wrinkly brains. Oh yes, minke whale. And I like, it's cool that they like provide like the scientific name and actual like real facts about these whales. That's what I really like about the Nancy Drew games is they really try to be as accurate as possible when they provide like factual information. Okay, I don't think I need to do anything over here until I... Oh, this is... Okay, I'm a plazy. I'm not. Oh yes, this is keys. Crap. So you want. You don't want to touch anything like these bombs or the whales or anything like that. You want to, and I'm using the up and down keys. And you also here you want to make sure that you're keeping your oxygen level up. And you've got, I think, 3 lives.
Oh.
Again. And you want to get, I'm not really sure. Oh no, try again. You want to reach a certain score, I think. Or the killer whale.
Oh.
See, that's crappy because I was already up at the top and it killed me. That was dumb. I'm sure it said on like the home page of the game what you have to score.
Oh.
That's so dumb. I think I have to go down like underneath the water to avoid that. Yay! I have to score over freaking 20,000 points. Quit. Okay. Holy moly. And you want to make sure that you put your card in each time so that you can get the credit for it. Well, this is the quiz. Okay. So basically that was a bunch of trivia from around the room. I didn't say this at the start of the game, but I, over the years, kept notes in a binder, And for the earlier games, I took the time to actually like type out a walkthrough and like all of my notes and like all of the answers to things. So I just kind of referred to that quickly. But all of those answers are just within the room. So if I wanted to, I could have just like, you know, actually took some notes. Actually taken some notes. Yeah, there we go. I'm a teacher in English hard.
Throughout the center, you've been able to hear the sounds different cetaceans make. To see just how good your memory is, press a button, listen to the sound that plays, then press the button of the cetacean that made the sound. If you've made a correct match, the button lights will stay on. When all the buttons are lit, you've matched them all.
So you have to listen to the whole audio first in order to make. It's Dory. Do you know where Nemo is? Sorry. Don't ever want to hear that noise, or you're gonna die.
Nope.
What? What the heck, man? I have to do all of this all over again. Are you kidding me? These audio clips don't need to be that long.
Nope.
Okay,
I'll do better next time.
we're gonna start this over again.
Throughout the center, you've been able to hear the sounds different cetaceans make. To see just how good your memory is, press a button, listen to the sound that plays, then press the button of the cetacean that made the sound. If you've made a correct match, the button lights will stay on. When all the buttons are lit, you've matched them all.
I'm actually like numbering them because I don't have them numbered on my notes. That is the mink whale. Killer whale.
Nope.
No! Okay, hit the sound button first before the whale. Sorry, y'all. Okay. gracious, great balls of fire. Sounds like he's giving raspberries. Okay, did I win? I think I won all of them. Okay, so I come here to the Wheel of Fortune. And
I won the whale watching tour. All right.
cool. And it checks off what prize you get, so you have proof to go to Andy to say, hey man.
Hi, Nancy.
I won a free whale watching tour.
Well, congratulations. I'll give you an exclusive tour. Just be you and me.
I'm ready when you are.
So this is kind of cool. It just like automatically takes you through to see scenery, see some great clips, take some pictures. Okay, that's pretty close. You can't get like right up to it, but that's
Thank
pretty
you for the
close.
great tour and for letting me use your camera.
My pleasure.
Thanks for your time.
Have a good one.
So she doesn't bug him about the keychain, I think, until she knows she needs it. And then she's like, hey, your sign says I can get one. And he's like, nah, paying customers. And she's like, false advertising? What? So that's all we'll do in Whale World for now. We will travel to... Ooh, let's go to the lighthouse. Because that's where we're going to do some of our scavenger hunt. That's where we're going to find our crab. So when we get there, I'm actually going to pull up the...
Yuck. I'm not picking them up. These would be great for rock skipping. I already have some rocks.
I want to say this is the moon. Only if that I think there are some other opportunities.
There's something in that,
So, female is wider, so that's
SS. Maybe this broke off from a ship.
What do you think you're doing? Those signs over there say no trespassing, which means keep out, which means you, girlie.
Girly?
Leave.
But I just...
Now.
So if you look at this area, this whole area is fenced off, and he came over from the left. Is he just lurking behind the building? And if you try to go back here, he will, like, you'll have to have a second chance, because he'll be, like, in trouble. So you don't want to go back there a second time immediately. Like, you want to give it some time, I think. Okay, let's look at in our inventory. Let's look at our place. Rises in the east, sets in the west.
That looks right.
And I'm using my keyboard to type. Current find out permit. That was, I think, on a sign. Whale.
Perfect.
So the boat is the port side.
Good. Yes.
Morse code.
Correct.
Oh, not Warsaw.
Am I smart or what?
And then where the little page is turned up, you want to click, because that'll go to one of the page buttons you've got on the pages. A schooner. There's a boat with two.
Very good.
Sure it's not.
Perfect. That should do it. I have to bring him a male Dungeness crab.
Yes. Okay, so now we are done with it. So we can go take that to Holt at the hot kettle. So, I guess I'll kind of talk about why this game is my favorite. So, when you get a chance to go kayaking, I like the kayaking aspect. I like a lot of the puzzles and mini games you have to do. I like the scenery.
You again?
I like the story.
You were right to yell at me up there at the lighthouse.
So what do you want?
I finished that seamanship quiz.
Let's have a look. Right as rain. Just bring me that male crab and you'll be home free.
I've got a male crab, I think.
Let's have a look. Right as rain. Congratulations. Here's your GPS. Just turn around and follow the instructions. I'll take care of the crab for you.
Great, thank you.
So I'm just gonna eat it.
See you around.
Watch out for Caddy.
And then later you can like snoop in his bag. Because you'll ask him something and he'll be like, oh, look in my bag. And then you can like snoop. Okay. So we got the GPS. So I think we can go kayaking now, which you can do from off of the dock by Katie's boat. You just keep going straight instead of turning, and you want to grab your safety gear. And
Another message.
I like this whole side story. This comes into play later. But yeah, I mean, it's fun just to kind of like go through and see different things, go different places.
There's a channel marker. Katie said
So,
not to go past
If
them.
you go past them, you do get into an accident. And then the newspaper flash and second chance and all of that. So you can go this way. Can't go that way. You can't go that. There is like a secret beach somewhere over here. But you won't know that until you use the GPS. You don't want to crash under the rocks. Some jellyfish. There's Katie's boat, but I don't want to go to Katie's boat yet. So you honestly can't go really very far, which is kind of sad. But all the way out to this marker and turn this way, and you can go further this way. There's a cave. And this, actually, if you notice, on like my whole entire screen, you'll see the kayak, the tip of the kayak. I happened to make in the background a snapshot from this game. There's a bottle. these coordinates that we found in one of these messages. Okay, let's look. North 48, West 123. Okay, let's click on. I think we have enough. Let me make sure. Yeah, okay. So we're going to make new. Latitude is going to be, so this is north 48, 42.517, longitude west 123, 0861. And I guess you could figure this out. I think you've seen some maps around. Latitude and longitude. Latitude meaning horizontal lines on the earth, longitude vertical lines on the map. And so if you're going north or south, obviously you're working your way horizontally up and down the map. If you're going up and down vertically, longitudinally, you are moving east and west. Right? So that makes sense with at least these first. The North 48, West 123. But then as far as the other ones, I think you just kind of have to figure out off of the map, I think. Create a waypoint. That means we have now a new spot that we can visit. Here, kayak.
I've never been to this beach before.
And so, like, you can, at some point, you can, like, rock hop, which can end up being very dangerous at some point. I didn't mean to do that, but...
This is the Drew residence. Please leave a message at the beep.
Hi, Hannah, it's Nancy. To make a long story short, I slipped on some rocks and have to come home. Could you please pick me up from the airport tonight? It's flight 323. Oh, and bring a couple of ice packs and some clean bandages. And you should probably rent a wheelchair, too. See you soon.
Nancy got into some trouble. Okay, so then it automatically just took us. So I'm gonna go back to the... Ooh, cancel. Second chance. So here. 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 Sandbar. And at some point, these little holes you dig for clams. Because you have to get some clams for Jenna to make her corn chowder, clam chowder, so that she can go get something for you later. Anyway, we
Stuff
can
to build a
have fun.
sandcastle.
We can
I
make
could use a break.
sandcastles. We can just build sandcastles if I want to. That's pretty fun. Oh, okay. Isn't that cute? Yeah, sandcastles.
Time to go back to work.
And then come over here. There's a little fishy.
Oops, must be ticklish.
Tickle.
Anemones are so beautiful. A starfish, awesome.
Tickle, tickle. I think this might be an award too, of like tickling the fish too much. Seaweed. maritime flags. So remember in the Hot Kettle Cafe, there's that maritime flag poster. So that is important. Okay, so we want to type out, if you remember on the thing, each one I think had, yes, the word rosebud. So we want to type out the word rosebud with these flags. So R is this red with the yellow cross. O is red and yellow triangles. S is blue rectangle with white. Blue rectangle with white border, I guess. That's a square. Blue and red rectangles is E. Red end of an arrow. Red and white squares. Blue rectangle, yellow stripes on top and bottom. And so there's 3 different things in here that we can look at.
I don't know what all those letters mean, but something tells me this may come in handy.
So it's like left, right, right, left, left, right, 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 left, right, left, left. So this is going to be something that we have to look at and do. This is
the weirdest story I've ever read.
And I think it's all of the capitalized letters, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, yes. Okay, so A-S.
So far, so good. I'm gonna go over here. I'm getting there. Ta-da! Ask HSAJJD for Hilda's gift. Send me something from the top of the lighthouse in Morse code? Something is fishy in Snake Horse Harbor.
So Hilda, we will learn, happens to be a former resident of Snake Horse Harbor. She and her husband, was she the mayor? I don't remember what her connection was, but she was someone pretty important to the town. Her husband passed away, and she ended up going crazy and moved across the channel to an island, and now she's like a hermit. But apparently she's been keeping an eye on things secretly and has created this kind of scavenger hunt for someone that's smart enough and someone that she deems trustworthy enough to kind of investigate
What's up?
Sounds like Holt Scotto was one of the people who didn't care for what you had to say last night.
He and I never see eye to eye. Now, if I were a fisherman, I'd be right as rain no matter what nonsense came out of my mouth. Fine harbor master he'd make.
I found this piece of wood on the beach. There's something strange about it.
What do you mean? Let's see it. Ouch, those splinters are sharp. That is odd. It looks like it's been in the water a long time, but if that were the case, those edges would be dull. That looks like it broke off of something just recently.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Any idea where it came from?
Could be off a cargo ship, I guess. But you know who you should ask? Casey Porterfield. He works at the Maritime Library in Port Townsend. You should give him a call. His number's 360-555-3095. He loves checking out stuff like this.
Well, if she has his number memorized.
I saw a boat in a bottle at Andy Jason's place. He said it was made by a guy named Benjamin Hawkins.
As a matter of fact, I've done some research on Hawkins. He settled here in the mid-1800s, lived in a cabin where the lighthouse is now.
Why are you doing research on him?
Some of the things I heard about him got my curiosity going. For instance, he apparently had a major feud going with some sea captain. Hawkins would see the guy's sail on the horizon, grab his family and all his valuables, and go into hiding for days.
What was the feud about?
Nobody knew. Rumor had it that the sea captain was an ex-pirate, which might explain why Hawkins hid. But where he hid is still a mystery.
I talked to Jenna Devlin when I was at the Hot Kettle.
What nasty rumor is she spreading about me today?
Do you two not like each other or something?
She doesn't like me, that's for sure. She thinks I'm a know-it-all from the big city.
See you in a bit.
Well, you
Be
do
careful
have a
out there.
fancy schmancy science degree. And people who are educated are not to be trusted. Okay, oh, well, I guess I could call that guy. And he will want to look at a sample of it. So I will call him and click the directory, and his number pops up right here. I try to avoid calling people as much as possible in the games.
Maritime Library,
Just
this
takes
is
up
Casey.
Hi, my name is Nancy
amount of time.
Drew. Katie Firestone suggested I give you a call.
Katie who?
Katie Firestone?
Never heard of her.
Oh.
I know a marine biologist named Katie Firestone.
Yes, that's her. I'm staying with her here in Snake Horse Harbor.
Oh, well then what can I do for you?
She said you might be able to help me identify the ship that this piece of plywood I found on the beach came from.
How do you know it came from a ship?
Because it says SS on it. The rest of the name is missing.
Doesn't mean anything. Now if it said SS, which stands for steamship, that'd be different.
Actually, that is what it says.
Oh, well then it came from a ship. Or should I say shipwreck? What kind of wood is it?
I don't know. Old?
Sorry, for a second there, I thought you said old.
Actually, that is what I said.
You're about as much use as a beanie in a hurricane. Look, if you want me to tell you what shipwreck that wood came from, you're gonna have to tell me what kind of wood it is.
But I have no idea.
Well, you just get yourself a book on wood and figure it out. Maybe Katie has one. Soon as you do, call me back. I love checking out stuff like this.
So then what we do is we call Dr. Pridavicu, the woman, the doctor who is mentioned in that book on wood. So she is going to ask us to describe the wood. We're going to get to use the microscope and look at it.
This is Dr. Pridavicu.
Hi, my name is Nancy Drew, and I'd like some help identifying this piece of wood I found.
I'd be happy to assist. Do you have our mailing address?
Well, that's the problem. I don't have time to send it to you. Would it be possible to identify it over the phone?
Certainly. Just hold it up to the phone for a couple of seconds and I'll take a reading. I'm kidding, of course. I usually don't do this over the phone, but I'll give it a try. You will, however, need to take a look at your sample under a microscope.
Oops, I better go do that. I'll call you right back.
So you want to back up and you want to
One slice of wood.
so this is like a little razor blade. So you take the slice, you grab
One
the
glass slide. There. This is gonna look so cool under the microscope.
You put it under the microscope.
Let's have a look.
You look and you notice the color, brown reddish. The holes are pretty much the same size. There are a lot of holes. Things are pretty like lines across. I don't know what else to. I don't remember what else she has you describe that. So I'm going to call her again.
Irina Pridavicu speaking.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew again. I've got the sample all ready.
All right, we'll get started. Where did you find this wood?
It's a piece of driftwood, probably used for a crate.
Is the wood sample black, brown, or yellow?
Brownish.
Brown or brown reddish?
Brown reddish.
Does the sample have many holes, just a couple, or none at all?
Many.
And are there some holes that are big and some that are small, or are they all the same size?
They're all the same size.
Okay, and the holes are really, really tiny, right?
No, they're pretty sizable.
Then you've got a tropical hardwood. I was assuming the sample was a North American wood. All right. Are there any distinguishable horizontal lines on the sample?
Yes, there are horizontal lines.
If this wood is used for crating, then it's probably Luan. It's fairly common in plywood, but it's a rainforest timber, so it's declining in popularity.
Luan, all right. Thanks for your help.
Glad to have been of service.
Okay, so now that you've called and talked to her, we are going to call Casey Porterfield again, and we're going to tell him that the sample piece was Luan.
Maritime Library, this is Casey.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew. I called before. About the driftwood?
Never heard of you. Now, if you'd have said Nancy Drew...
Yes, that's me, Nancy Drew, Katie Firestone's friend.
So what kind of wood are we talking about here, Nancy?
Luan.
Well, if that driftwood did come from a cargo container that's part of a shipwreck, there's a good chance I can figure out which one. Call me back in an hour or so.
You can identify a ship by what its cargo containers are made out of?
Ever since the hobo spider got into the U.S. by laying eggs in the wood crating of ships coming from Europe, the feds have made sure that cargo ships keep real careful records. Of course, I'll be taking things like tides, currents, weather conditions, proximity to Snake Horse Harbor. I'll be taking all those factors into consideration, too.
I really appreciate your doing this for me, Casey.
And well, you should.
Oh, I would not want to have to do that. That would be a lot of work that I don't want to do. Okay. Let's check our notes and see what's going on. Okay. Let me think about this. Oh, so we can go... Let's go to the Kettle Cafe, and we're going to talk to Holt Scotto, Jenna Dublin, and then Andy Jason. We're going to ask them about Hilda's gift she gave to each one of them.
Hi, Nancy. How's it going?
What can you tell me about Hilda Swenson?
She was this lady who retired here with her husband about 20 years ago. They made a ton of money in Hollywood as writer-producers and just wanted to enjoy life. Wonderful people, very active. In fact, Hilda was mayor for 8 years. But then, out of the blue, her husband died. They'd been a team for so long that, well, she pretty much died then too.
What do you mean?
She just kind of lost it. Started talking to walls and doing bizarre things until one day she rode to the island across the channel that she and her husband owned and never came back.
And now she uses notes in bottles to communicate with people?
Trouble is, nobody can understand what she's trying to say. All she ever writes is letters and numbers and that one word, Rosebud. I leave a couple of bags of groceries outside her cabin every week, and sometimes I can see her inside. But whenever I try to talk to her, she won't answer.
Did she ever leave anything behind that might help decode her messages?
She left everything behind. Problem is, it's all been sold, given away, or thrown out. We'll never know what's going on in that mind of hers.
Did Hilda Swenson give you something?
She made a necklace for me. Prettiest thing I own. I'd show it to you, but it's at my house. How did you know she gave me something?
It's kind of a long story, but I'd really love to see that necklace.
Problem is, my home's across town, and I'm real low on clams, which means I've got to go clamming before I can even think about doing anything else.
Why don't I go clamming for you?
Do your
Okay,
chores.
if you get the clams, I'll go get the necklace. You can put them in here. 15 ought to do it. That's the limit anyway. But you'll also need a permit. Andy Jason can issue you one.
It's been fun talking to you.
Back at ya.
Okay, let's talk.
You again?
I understand that Hilda Swenson gave you something?
So what if she did?
Do you think I could see it?
Tell you what, this chess problem I've been working on is giving me fits. Here, solve it for me, and I'll let you see what Hilda gave me. Feel free to look at the chess book in my duffel bag if you need help. Let me know when you're through.
Okay, so this is where we can sneak on. This purple sticky note is the code to the lighthouse. So this talks about basically like how each piece can move if you don't know the chess basics. And each spot on the board has a code, like a name to itself. So, you know, if you're on this side of the board, you've got your different spots that you start out in, and then you can have your pieces move. So you might have a pawn sitting here, and you say, okay, move pawn from D2 to D3. And then you can also look at this clipper book. So this is going to be basically where you are trying to create the royal flush on each of those card things throughout the cafe. To trigger the rest of it. Okay. So then let's look at this piece. Okay, so he wants white to be able to move. So if I move my rook.
Good.
To H5.
Correct. Rook moves to H5. So black would move here.
Okay. Then we want to move the rook again
Perfect.
to H7.
Yes. There. Checkmate.
So then that basically means my next move I could capture the queen. Or the king. Yeah.
Done with that chess problem yet?
Check it out.
Right as rain. And to keep up my end of the bargain, here's what Hilda gave me. Handle's made of scrimshaw. She carved it herself. Never would tell me why she wrote one bum on it like that. Of course, this was after her husband died. Guess her mind was starting to go.
Thanks for letting me see it. See you around.
Yeah, whatever.
So we're going to end up needing to use our anagram buster on the computer to figure out what all of the different gifts that she gave everybody spells out, because each gift has like letters on it.
Hi, Nancy.
I understand that Hilda Swenson gave you a present?
She gave me the design I used to create the keychains I give away to everyone who goes on a Whale World Whale Watch. She was quite the graphic artist.
Since I took your whale watching tour, I get a free keychain, right?
Actually, I only give them to paying customers.
Now, why did the term false advertising suddenly pop into my head?
Okay.
I need a clamming permit. Jenna said I could get one from
So
you?
see the orange
Ordinarily
poster
you could,
behind him.
but permits mean paperwork, and I'm kinda busy right now. Of course, if someone wanted to volunteer to help me.
You just got yourself a
More
volunteer.
chores.
Inside that box marked Caddy is a miniature of what our resident sea monster might look like in skeletal form. Assemble it for me, and I'll not only give you a permit, but I'll throw in a free clam tube. And remember, whales rule!
So.
Hi, Nancy.
Oh, no.
Thanks for your time.
Drop by again.
Okay, so Nancy does everyone's chores. Okay, so neck piece.
Oh, yeah.
Head bone's connected to the neck bone. We're gonna play that game.
Nah.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Nah. Nah. Oh, yeah. Bingo. Nah. Nah. Nah.
Nancy. That's really kind of the annoying thing about some of the games when you start playing
Nah.
them. I don't want to
Nah.
say when you start playing them. When you
Nah. Nah. Bingo.
goodness gracious. I gonna be down here somewhere.
Nah. 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 Oh, yeah. Nah. Bingo.
Quit with the noise. I hate the noise.
Good.
Goodness.
Nah. Bingo.
There we go. Good. You have to put it in
Oh,
just
yeah.
the right spot, which is so annoying.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good. Wow, am I a creative genius or what?
Nancy, shut up.
Hi, Nancy.
I finished putting that display together.
So you did. Caddy never looked better. Here's your permit, and here's your clam tube. Look for little holes in the sand. Sometimes water will squirt out of them. Anyway, center the tube over the hole, push it down into the sand, and pull.
Cool.
If you're quick enough, the clam will be in the sand that comes out of the tube. If not, try again.
Thanks for your time.
My pleasure.
So we're going to go to that beach that we found, and then we are also going to go to the lighthouse area. So we can go to the beach that we found first, since it's first on the map and closest to us. I really like the detail that they put into the game as far as like the effects and the scenery and just different things. Like this game just it's kind of a comfort thing for me. I guess that kind of is the way all of the games, to be honest. But
Aha! No clams here.
You don't get clams. You just have to just check all the holes, and then like when you go back the other direction, other holes will pop up too. So you have to do this 15, like you have to get 15 times. This is a reference to another game. Game number 7, I believe. So we've had references to game 6 and game 7. Right where the tide comes in. And it's kind of annoying because, you know, you go through and so then I'm going to rock hop again.
Five down, 10 to go. I don't see any more clams. Maybe I should look somewhere else for a while.
That's one of the annoying things, you have to go back later. But I mean, I get it. Like, they want it to be as real as possible, so you're not going to have clams that pop up right immediately after.
No clams here.
I wish you could keep some of this stuff when you get this.
no clams here.
And in other games, later games, I think they turn off.
Well, I'm more than halfway there.
Commentary settings, like, you know, just the random stuff she says, on Senior Detective. But I don't think they've gotten to that part yet. These earlier games, because there are 33 games that they have made. This is game number 9. So this is one of the earlier games, and I love, like, a lot of the earlier games I enjoyed. Some of them, like, I could live without, but a lot of the older games, or the newer games, excuse me, I really like. Back here anymore. So I think now I need to go to the lighthouse.
There you are, my pretty. I don't see any more clams. Maybe I should look somewhere else for a while.
And I like the music of this game. I don't know, it just like is, I don't know some of the stuff, but kind of like it just is comfortable, familiar, and these games are, you know, it's just like old
13
friends
clams. I
and-
just need to find 2 more. Arf!
And it's really funny because growing up when I was playing these games, I would ask for them for my birthday, for Christmas, like all the time. And it got to a point where I would only ever cheat. Like I would only ever use the walkers. And my parents like got so mad because I would like get a game and finish it within a few hours because I just used the walkthrough. And started threatening to not get me any more
All
games
right,
because I
15
wanted to
clams.
actually,
I'm all
like,
set.
solve puzzles, do everything on my own, and like it just became just like a funny thing. Because I mean, like I get it, like you want to do these games and you want to actually like use your brain to solve them, but at the same time, if you're stuck on a game and you have no idea what to do, or you have no idea what to do next because you haven't triggered something.
Hi, Nancy. Oh, good, you got the clams. Let me take those from you. I'll take that clam tube off your hands, too. You'll never guess what happened. While I was home getting that necklace for you, somebody broke in here. The sheriff just left.
Really? Was anything stolen?
What's weird is I'm not only missing food, like bread and eggs and stuff like that, but it looks like they also stole a bunch of tools and some boat parts.
Boat parts.
Boat parts.
Go figure. What's more, both doors were locked when I got here and none of the windows were broken. It's like a ghost did it.
Would it be okay if I looked around?
If you want to play detective, please be my guest. If you have any questions, just holler.
So now we can go into this other room, and we see food all over the floor. We see
Save King.
Save King. And we look down and we see her boat parts.
Looks like you do a lot of shopping at Save King.
I do all my shopping at Save King.
Other than that, I really don't think there's anything else that we can really like look at. We can come over here and like observe. This table got kind of knocked over. So this happens to be one of the things that we can use to create our royal flushes. And I think I wrote myself some notes on which little part gets turned into what. Well, I just said that you should notice them. You should like look at them. So we'll just see. Okay, so we can make hearts, potentially diamonds. So let's try hearts. Let's get back to the King of Hearts and see some of them end up changing. So that should be it. No, gotta fix that one.
I made a royal flush.
There we go. Okay, so that's one down. We have 3 others that we have to do. So we can go do that one by the door here. So we can't do hearts, so we're probably gonna end up doing clubs.
I made a royal flush.
And she'll obviously make a comment every time about making the royal flush. So this one.
Guess not all of them open.
I believe this is going to be diamonds. Okay, just checking. So if you notice, like, I go through and change. That one's off by like 1. So I have to go and like I have to click back and forth between them to kind of make it to where if I click 1, it'll bring them both up at the same time, both of the options that I need. And so right now, I need it to where the Jack and the Queen show up together. But I also need this one to be showing up at the same time. So let me think. So the 7 is right before the Queen. This is frustrating. Okay, I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna take a break. Come back. Okay. Is that the only spade that's there? I think that's the only spade that works. So that's supposed to be a 10. Okay, so this one I think is supposed to be the ace. This is supposed to be the Jack, and that's supposed to be the Queen. So this one is right before the Queen.
I made a royal flush.
Holy moly. Okay, we have one more somewhere. So by the door? No. Yes. Okay, this should be then done hearts. Done clubs, done. So this should be diamonds? Should be diamonds. Oh, lordy lord. And these puzzles are a lot easier to deal with and manage and handle in the junior detective mode, obviously. What are we going for? We're going for diamonds. Oh. So that needs to be 10. Okay. Okay.
What was that?
So something has unlocked, something has happened. So we go back in here. And we click on the table. It moves.
I bet that's how those burglars got in
And the
here.
hatch door
I
appears.
can't see a thing. I'm gonna need a flashlight.
So, we are going to go... We could ask Jenna for a flashlight. She doesn't have one. So let's go ask Katie for a flashlight. Or she's going to end up giving us a headlamp. Okay. Save King.
Hey, what's going on?
Have you fixed the engine?
I'm getting there. I remembered that a friend of mine had stashed some boat parts in my storage locker.
Would you by any chance have a flashlight?
I have a headlamp. I mean, I have one somewhere. I'm sorry, Nancy. I'm so hungry I can hardly see straight, let alone think straight.
Would you like a sandwich?
That would be awesome.
See you in a bit.
Have fun.
Okay, so I'm gonna go make her a sandwich. Sandwich. Okay, let's make her like a real nice sandwich. Okay, so we want mayo, mustard, ham, cheese, lettuce, tomato.
What's up?
Here's a sandwich for you.
Great.
Here you go.
I'm starving. I don't feel so good all of a sudden.
Uh-oh.
What did you put in that thing? Oh man, I don't feel good at all.
You gave Katie food poisoning?
No, I mean, not exactly. Something in the sandwich I made for her didn't agree with her.
Where is she now?
Outside, leaning over the rail and, you know.
Okay,
Gee,
so I guess
man,
we have to
I've
make her
never
a
given
safe
any of
peanut
your
butter and jelly
friends food
sandwich.
poisoning. I'm sure it was just an honest mistake. Give it another try, Nancy. Just go easy on the salmonella this time. Very funny.
So George is peeved at Nancy. Okay. So we're going to... throw away. Okay. Let's go safe with peanut butter and jelly, I guess.
What's
I
up?
guess some of the something.
Here's a sandwich
is
for you.
gross.
Great.
Here you go.
I'm starving. That was fabulous. Thank you. Okay, you wanted my headlamp. Where's my headlamp? Oh my gosh. It was right here in the engine compartment the whole time.
See you in a bit.
Enjoy.
She's so hungry that she couldn't see something right in front of her face. Okay, so her stuff from Save King makes you think, did she rob the pot kettle? Because Jenna said the food was missing, boat parts were missing. Could Katie be lying about where she got the stuff from? We don't know. We'll have to see. So we will climb down here. And we see
A
cairns.
cairn. Wonder who made it.
And we can go down here and come up this ladder.
Camping gear is the last thing I need right now.
So if you remember what Andy said about what all went missing, that was something. This is like something from that store went missing. And if we keep going, like just, I mean, looking at all this detail, like these rebar in the, or you know, these rebar parts in the walls. Elvis was here. Like just, I don't know, a lot of cute,
Another
cute
cairn.
detail in these games. And And here's a
I've got enough
tool.
10-penny nails, thank you very much.
Tool store. Some tools were stolen. So obviously somebody was using these tunnels, these Shanghai tunnels, to steal from stores.
Another cairn. Another cairn.
And each cairn means something different, like, oh, it's dead end.
Glad I'm wearing comfortable shoes,
So
because
this
it
is
looks like I'm
another
going to be doing a lot of
scene
walking.
It's, just takes you through. You don't have to click anything. And it does go for a while, so this means that Nancy's walking like miles and miles. So one of the
I feel like I've
messages
walked for miles.
that we got from Hilda, that port starboard, that PS, SSS, whatever pattern it was, that note is going to come up here in a second. Well, actually, not quite yet.
Dead end. That sound. Where have I heard that sound before?
White House! So we need to make sure that we put yes, okay, so we want to make sure that he
There's
looks
obviously
like
more
this.
to this, like the other half of the
So
picture.
the other half of the picture is going to be on the other side of the door, but we can only access that when we get into the lighthouse. But Caddy is it's going to be a picture of Caddy, so he's basically just going to be kind of like wave, like a snake. And we walk again for miles. Almost 2 hours into our video, or stream, not streaming live. But yeah, usually if you play straight through the games, it takes a few hours. But if you take breaks, it'll, I guess, still take the same amount of time, but you can break it up. You don't have to sit for a solid 2.5, 3 hours. But I feel like we're getting pretty close to, we're probably about 75% of the way down, I feel like. Oh, maybe not. Maybe we're about halfway. Oh, hang on a second. What just happened? Did I go back the way? I wish, like, after the first time that she goes through this whole cutscene, I wish that you could just, like, skip it, the next time so that you go down it. Okay, so now we want to go to the lighthouse. Because we want to access the lighthouse for several different reasons. We want to access the lighthouse for that second part of Caddy's picture. We also want to access the lighthouse to send something in Morse code to Hilda across the channel. Okay, so this, if we go forward, we're going to end up getting hit by some falling rock.
Whoa!
Scooted
That
back
was close.
so I didn't get hit. So if you remember the sticky note front bolts bag, 24/7. So we have access to the lighthouse, so we're going to take a look around. And we can go up to
Looks
the
like someone's been up here
area.
recently. Someone messy. Looks like the bulb's missing. Perfect.
So that was rusted shut, so I need to find a bulb. And this machine here will be how I send something in Morse code to Hilda.
That's today. Wonder why it's circled.
And something's there. Let's see. I don't think there's anything else more in here, so we go back down. And on this section of piping, and there's a secret hatch lever. And so we go outside the door, and we go to this section of fencing where there's dings, and this happens to unlock the secret entrance. And we get light bulbs, and I think yes, we want to get one that doesn't ding or doesn't tinkle or crinkle or whatever, because that means that it's not burned out. So we want that one or the one next to it that way. So this is the other picture of Caddy. So let me see here. So we opened this hatch, and we opened another hatch. So now we don't have to go all the way back to the Hot Kettle Cafe. We can get easily to the tunnels through this way. And it happens to have this weird looking thing that if you click on a button, there's going to be a different thing here.
I'm in the sea caves.
But we won't know really about that until we see something else we haven't seen yet. So, what am I doing? Okay, back up, go around, and then we go to inside the lighthouse. We go up to the lighthouse room. And we come here, we put the light bulb in, and then we need to figure out what we're going to send her. I believe she wants us to send her our phone number. So Nancy's phone number you can find when you click on Nancy's phone. It's down here at the bottom, 523-555-4399. That's Nancy's phone number through all of the games. And everybody else's numbers stay the same. I think if you try to call in other games, I think if you try to call phone numbers from previous games, I think you can. But like nobody will answer or anything like that. So we are going to
I don't have any message to send. I don't have any message to send.
oh, that's right. I don't know this yet. Because I haven't done the anagram buster yet. So we need to get Jenna's thing. So we need to go talk to Jenna, and she will get her necklace. We've seen Holt's knife. We need to do a close-up of Andy's keychain, and then we'll see Jenna's necklace. And then we'll go put it into the anagram buster on the computer, and it should pop up that we need to have our telephone number.
Hi, Nancy. How's it going?
Did you know that there's a trap door in the floor of your banquet room?
A trap door? No. Where does it go?
It drops down into a tunnel, and when I explored it, I found trap doors going up into 2 other shops.
A tunnel? I don't know anything about it.
It's probably how those burglars got in and out.
Look, tunnels are dangerous. I don't want you going down there anymore.
Oh no, I'll be fine.
I mean it. Just forget about this whole thing.
Only if you call the sheriff and tell him about it.
No! Okay, look. I guess if you're real careful, you can keep poking around down there. But I don't want you telling anybody else about that tunnel without coming to me first. I got my reasons. I've also got work to
Well, I
do.
mean, it makes sense. You don't want people knowing about tunnels that, you know, you're going to, people are going to be able to
Match
get in and
pairs
steal your
across
stuff.
all 3 screens.
So, this is going to be tedious. This is basically just memory. But you have to do it 3 different times. I feel like I just saw another egg somewhere. Crap. Egg. There's an egg. Oh my gosh. Oy vey. My brain's ready for memory yet. Oh, that's right. This one, you might have to go and look at other screens to find your matching pieces. Yes, okay, so the bell pepper was back over here. Bell pepper's right here. Okay, so bell pepper there. Bell pepper there. That's why I don't play senior mode, because this is really annoying. Ouch. Booty. The booty icon. Mushroom. Disgusting. What's there? The orange was over here. There. Orange. Crap. Where was the orange? There's the orange. Oh my gosh. Oh, bananas. It's a potato! Lemon is over here somewhere, I think. I feel like I've seen the lemon over here. Yes, lemon is right there. Yeah, I was like, where's the lemon? Carrot. Carrot. Radish is over here somewhere, I think. Yes, radish. Oh, it's a beet. Hot soup. Yes, hot soup is here. Crap, where's the hot soup over here? Hot soup. Hot soup. Hot soup is here. Usually I'm a lot better at memory games. Okay, hot soup. Oh, hot soup is in between the carrot and the orange. There's the hot soup. Okay. I feel like the... Oh. I think I saw the cheese somewhere. Cheese. Looks like dim sum or something. I don't think we have any other. Oh, bananas. Oh, I didn't see bananas over here, I think. Okay, so I think it's time to go to the third page. Hot pie was on the second page. Hot pie was here. Hot pie's there. Okay. Ice cream. Pineapple was here. Dim sum is there. Bananas. Fish. Garlic is on the first page. Garlic is there. Garlic. Radish. Radish is over here somewhere. Radish. Crap. Radish. Radish. Ice cream. Crap. Fish. Oh, that's right. Radish. Strawberry. Peas. That's a pear. That's a cake. Ah. Holy beans. Okay, here's her
It's
necklace.
beautiful.
Oh,
Elif, what kind of word is that?
it's the prettiest thing she owns. Okay, let's go.
Tren. Wonder what that means.
Okay. We are going to go to Katie's boat, put it in the anagram buster, and then we will know to go to the lighthouse 275 for the telephone, so that she can call us. And she knows how to call
Maybe I
us.
can use my handy-dandy anagram buster to figure out what those strange words on Hilda's gifts mean. Telephone number. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So,
5, 2, 3, 5, 5, 5, 4, 3, 9, 9. Hello?
Hello, Nancy. Hilda here.
Hilda? Hilda Swenson?
Easy, girl. It's not like you're talking to the Queen of England or anything. Although I did meet her once. Stuffy lot, those Windsors.
It's just that I kind of feel like I know you.
More important, I know you. Or rather, I know I can trust you. Just in time, too. I have the feeling things around there are about to get out of hand.
What do you mean? What kind of things?
Patience? As in all good films, all will eventually be revealed. In the meantime, I've sent you an email. Read it, follow the instructions, and we'll do lunch.
That'd be great.
No. It's just an expression, dear. No one in Hollywood ever really has lunch when they say they're going to do lunch.
Oh.
I'll be in touch. And rest assured, I'll be watching. Which reminds me, someone's been up in the lighthouse. I couldn't see who. I hope they aren't doing any damage.
They did leave kind of a mess.
We really must put a stop to this, Nancy. Ciao!
So yes, Hilda and her husband worked in Hollywood, made lots of money doing producing or something. So she's all about Hollywood metaphors and things. Okay, so we are going. Oh, we're going to read the email. I was like, what am I doing? I had a brain fart. Lots of brain farts. I felt like after I had my little guy, I could blame it on pregnancy brain, but not anymore. I can't. So more coordinates, except she wants us to solve those coordinates. So I'm not gonna force myself to put all of that in. So, well, okay, so looking at, well, actually, okay, so the number of nuns surrounding Snake Horse Harbor is apparently 6. The ID number that's got the graffiti on it, the buoy, number 8. Number of isophase buoys plus 4 is 10. Dollars generate charges for public gun showers. Oh, wait. No, B. Number of nuns surrounding 6, 8, 10, 12. And then B is 8. C is 12. D is $3. 5 is 3 kittens. So, when I make a new waypoint, here. Overshot it. This way. Ah, okay. That's the green one.
I don't know when it opens yet. Hello?
Hello, Nancy. I commend your ability to take direction and to follow through. You're definitely a cut above. And for that, you've just been rewarded.
What am I supposed to do with this thing?
You're to take it with you. But for now, listen carefully. I hope you like poems. Below ground is a rock with a strange anvil look. When you're near it, behold what's above. Letters found at the beach will put a new spot in reach. Letters only a sailor could love.
So this is where the
My
port
apologies,
starboard
dear.
comes in.
I'm many things, but I'm afraid I'm not much of a poet.
Not that I'm complaining, but wouldn't it be easier if you just gave me whatever it is you want me to have?
Were I to simply give it to you, you might just turn around and toss it away. But if I make you earn it, you'll feel like it's yours and use it properly. Now, where was I? The device you just found. It'll come in handy when you get where you're going after you've gone where my poem takes you. Goodbye, Nancy.
Oh no, please don't hang up. I've got so many questions.
Oh, there you go. Okay. So we need to go. Let's check out. We need to go back to the Hot Kettle Cafe to go under the table, to go in the tunnels, to go find the rock that looks like an anvil. And then we're going to look up, and we're going to use the port starboard note from the beach to guide our way to find something else. I feel like if I remember it's like just something else. Scavenger hunt.
Another cairn.
That's what so here's the anvil. But then what we're going to do is we're going to do this, but then we're going
There's an opening up there. It goes to another tunnel.
Okay. So port is left, starboard is right. So when we looked at that note, I think it was that grayish color. Yes. So left, right, right, left, left, right, 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 left, left, right, left, left. So left, right, right, left, left, right, 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 left, left, right, left, left. Aha.
More coordinates. I should have known.
So we're going to go find, we're going to plug in these coordinates and we're going to use our device.
No signal.
But I cannot make that until, so in this instance it would probably be smart to write that down as a note, considering you can't plug it into your GPS just yet, but I wrote it down already. So when we get back to above ground, oh crap, I should start back from here and work my way backwards. Okay. This is gonna be objective for my brain. Okay, right, right, left, right, right, left, 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 right, right. Basically, I just took my notes for the left, right, and then did the opposite of what I had written down. Otherwise, you can wander around in there for a little bit. 42, 522, plus 123, 08, 79. Right. Okay, there's another one. Right there. Oops. So that was the buoy that had the graffiti on it. Okay. Okay, so here is where I need to use that thing. And it's like a, I don't know if it's a magnetized thing or what, but some special.
Hilda?
Uh-oh, I'm getting predictable. This really will be our last conversation.
Oh, I hope not. I'd really like to meet you.
I'm afraid that's not going to happen. So, here you are in the home stretch.
What if I told you that I'm not going to do anything else until you tell me why this is so important to you?
Okay, look. When I made my exit from Snake Horse Harbor, I left everything behind. You know, to kind of prove that I'd lost all my marbles. Problem is, I left behind something that I realize now I should have taken with me. My notebook on Benjamin Hawkins. Someone has obviously found it and is misusing it. See, my husband and I explored every inch of land in, around, and under Snake Horse Harbor. What we discovered, and we discovered everything, we wrote down in that notebook.
So this fishy thing that's going on, you feel like it's your fault.
Precisely. So, use what I just gave you and take a look at the boat and the bottle that Andy has. A really good look. When the time comes, you'll know what to do with what you see.
One more thing. Why do you want everyone to think you're crazy when you're obviously not?
Oh, Nancy, after my husband died, I just got bored. I love the San Juans, but the people of Snake Horse Harbor, I got tired of them. So I moved across the channel, and to make sure people left me alone.
You pretended to be nuts.
But then I got to thinking that it might be a good idea to make contact with someone trustworthy, just in case. Hence the messages in the bottles. Now, get going before it's too late. And what I just told you, keep it to yourself, okay?
Sure. So you won't be calling me anymore?
No. This, as they say in the business, is a wrap.
Well, I've enjoyed knowing you.
And I you. Thank you, Nancy.
Goodbye, Hilda.
So, we're gonna go to Whale World. Okay, so something has to happen in order for us to be able to click. So what we might do is we might go to the cafe and we might try to go back, and if that doesn't work, we need to do something else to trigger being able to go in to Whale World.
Hi, Nancy. How's it going?
Jenna, is there something you're not telling me about that tunnel I found?
My family has always denied that Shanghaiing ever took place in Snake Horse Harbor. Why? Because it did take place. And my great-great-grandfather, the man who built this place, he was a big part of it. I'd always been told that the tunnel he and his cohorts used to kidnap people had been filled in. And Aunt Iris said nothing to me about that trap door you found. If word gets out about that tunnel, the truth about my great-great-grandfather will come out eventually, too. I just wanted to spare my parents' feelings.
You know, your clam chowder really is awesome.
Say no more. Next one will be on the house, too.
That was delicious.
Here, let me get rid of that for you.
It's been fun talking to you.
Back at ya.
How does she make any money?
You again?
See you around.
Watch out for Caddy.
With giving away free bowls of clam chowder to tourists. Okay, so hopefully that was what needed to happen to trigger... Oh, nope. Okay, let's go talk to Katie. See if that's what needs to happen. So like this, for instance, if you had no idea what you needed to do, you could get stuck here for quite a while. And, you know, you just...
What's up?
wander.
See you in a bit. Be careful out there.
So... let me think about this. Oh, I need to call Casey back. That's what I need to do. I need to find out about the wood. He said to call back in an hour. Time is kind of weird.
Maritime Library, this is Casey.
Hi, this is Nancy Drew. Any luck finding what shipwreck that piece of driftwood came from?
Sorry, can't talk now. I'm waiting for a real important call from Nancy Drew.
Casey, that's me. I'm Nancy Drew.
Oh, then I got some good news.
You know the name of the shipwreck?
The SS Whitechapel Dawn sank 5 years ago right there in the channel outside Snake Horse Harbor, about a mile and a half due northwest of the lighthouse.
Really?
I hear that channel up there's been pretty busy, what with that orphaned whale messing things up for the fishermen and all. Anyway, everything fits except one thing.
Uh-oh.
The Whitechapel Dawn went down in deep water. Real deep water. Too deep for currents to be carrying debris up from it. Just not possible.
Could a recent storm have churned things up down there?
I've been doing this type of research for 20 years, young lady. When I say something's not possible, it's not possible.
Yet somehow a piece of wood from it washed ashore. Was there anything unusual about that ship?
It was just a regular old freighter bound for San Francisco from Vancouver, British Columbia. Nothing unusual about it if you don't count the rumors.
What rumors?
About the smuggling.
The ship was smuggling something?
After it sank, some crew members said there was something unusual about the cargo it had been carrying, that's all. No specifics, just rumors.
How many people went down with the ship?
0. Everybody managed to survive. Official cause was foul weather. But whenever a boat goes down in those parts, they always unofficially blame it on... Oh, what do they call that sea serpent up there?
Caddy?
No, thanks. Caddy! That's what they call it! Caddy! Anyway, this has been fun, young lady, but I need to get back to work. By the way, I just got done emailing you something.
What?
I said, I just got done emailing you something.
Great, thanks. Well, goodbye, Casey.
Goodbye, Caddy.
I certainly hope he doesn't operate heavy machinery.
There's a few characters like that whenever... Well, I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that are like that, but you come across some silly people and you just have to shake your head and be like, oh, just get me through the pain.
Where's all this water coming from? What is that smell? Yuck!
So she has been feeding the orca, and it's illegal. So things are starting to look pretty suspicious for... Oh, these are all these... Okay.
The hot kettle was originally called the Royal Flush Saloon. Interesting.
Yeah, so that would have come in handy when we needed to solve all of those, but since we called him way late.
What's up?
See you in a
Okay, so we
bit.
can't talk
I'll
to
be
her-
right here.
We can't talk to her about the fish yet. I think at some point we can. So we need to go to Whale World. Whales rule! Ha! Yes, that was what we needed to do.
Hi, Nancy.
Someone broke into the hot kettle today.
No kidding. Wow, that's the third one this week.
Jenna said the sheriff is baffled.
So what else is new?
Thanks for your time.
Have a good one.
Okay, so what we need to do is come over to the ship in a bottle, and we need to use those.
There's some kind of symbols on those
So
sails.
this fancy W, this cross, and this star. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to, let's go to the lighthouse. So I don't want to walk all the way down through the tunnels. Do that mile-long trek. Because I mean, she's walking all the way from the Hot Kettle Cafe all the way up to the lighthouse. So no wonder that's like, you know, a few miles. So we have to come in here, and anytime that we want to go into that secret part, we have to pull that lever. And go to the ding 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 door. And like it never stops, it just like dings the whole time. Okay, so we're gonna come down here, and these symbols are here. So we have to click that W first. Because then that's what we do, and we put the snake going towards that cross, and
Where that goes to.
so now we have to go back to the boat. We have to go kayak into these tunnels. Oh, okay, turn that way. Like another reason why I like it, it's just because like this whole northwestern vibe of like being on the ocean, like the gray, dreary ocean, the harbor, fishermen. Like, I don't know. I feel like that's just kind of something I could vibe to. Like I've always wanted to go and visit like Washington or Oregon and go and stay there. I have a good friend who's
Wow, this must be where Benjamin Hawkins used to hide out. Oh my gosh! Wow! Someone's trained her. She's not wild at all. That piece of driftwood I found must have come from a container just like this one.
Are these hiding out things? She has been fit for this harness. It looks like someone can dive down with her and attach things. So, feeding.
Firestone! Those must belong to Katie.
And there's something else I think we need to look at. Oh, I think we can toss her the ball. So then we know that she'll return something.
Maybe she wants to play catch.
So we can play with her a few times. Okay, so then I will get back in.
Bye!
So we needed to see several of those things.
Hello?
Hi, Nance. We're bored silly here, so we thought we'd give you a call. What's going on?
Great timing, you guys. You will not believe what I just discovered.
What? Tell us.
For one thing, that orca that's been causing all the trouble around here, it's not wild at all. It's been trained.
How do you know?
Because I played fetch with it. I'd toss something into the water, and it would use its head to kind of bonk it back to me.
Maybe it just picked that up on its own.
No, see, I found this hidden sea cave, and in it was this harness-type thing like the military uses on the orcas that it trains.
So what do you think it's been trained for?
In the cave, there were also some cargo containers. They were from the Whitechapel Dawn.
You think somebody trained the orca to retrieve containers from that shipwreck?
Casey the librarian did say the ship could have been smuggling something, and people don't usually bother smuggling something unless it's valuable.
Who trained it? That's what I want to know.
Well, in that hidden sea cave, I came across something else.
What?
A pair of work gloves. They had Katie's name on them.
Oh my gosh. Katie's behind all this?
Not necessarily. Those gloves may have been stolen from her.
Have you asked her about them?
Not yet. I'm on my way to do that right now.
Well, get going and let us know what she says as soon as she says it.
I will.
Okay, so we need to make our way back to the boat. To the cave.
Katie's gone.
So you could go and you could ask Holt to give you a ride. Well, actually, you need to do that. So you need to go and you need to talk to Jenna, you need to talk to Holt, and then you can go talk to Andy, because then Andy's going to end up giving you a ride to go find Katie.
You again?
I need a favor. I need you to take me out on your boat.
Right now? What for?
Well, it's a long story, but Katie Firestone may or may not be involved in something illegal.
I'm not taking my boat out now. It's almost dark. Just call the Coast Guard.
I can't. Not until I know for sure what's going on. I can explain on the way.
Look, I'm not going anywhere. And if you know what's good for you, neither are you. Just forget it.
I heard everything you told Holt. Believe me, there's nothing I'd like better than to help you get the goods on Ms. High and Mighty. But I got a cafe to run. Try Andy Jason.
So we had to go and talk to them before we could go and talk to Andy. That triggered the doors opening.
Hi, Nancy.
I was hoping you could help me.
I was just about to close up shop, but what do you need?
Katie fixed her boat and took it out. She may have gone out to the site of this old shipwreck. In any case, I'd really like to catch up to her.
And you'd like me to give you a ride?
Just partway. I'd like to try to sneak up on her.
Sneak up on her?
I need you to take me out 1.5 miles due northwest of the lighthouse. Please, this is really important. I can explain on the way.
Oh, man. You've got me so curious, there's no way I can say no. You just got yourself a boat ride. Be careful. I'll be waiting right here.
So we just go, and there's this big ship. It's a big tanker, I guess. Anyway, so you're gonna climb aboard. You're gonna have to sneak your way.
Whale's making her final dive.
Good. The launch just brought in the last of the stuff that was stored in the sea cave. Another hour, and we'll be out of here.
If the crew sees me, I'm done for.
What are you eating?
Beef jerky. Liberated it from that camping supply place. Want some?
Still can't believe you robbed those places. The boss was fit to be tied, especially after you hit that cafe.
Having that tunnel with all those trap doors and nobody suspecting a thing? It was like being a kid with a key to the candy store. I couldn't help myself.
I wonder what's in those. Those look like animal furs.
Hey, no snoozing. Boss says this Nancy Drew person is a real troublemaker.
Like she's gonna show up out here.
I'm just telling you what the boss told me. Now keep your eyes open.
Oh no!
If it ain't the Goyle detective herself.
Whoops. Second chance.
What was that?
No!
Oopsie.
Dang it. There is like a way, like...
Where'd you put the notebook?
Boss has it.
Nice of Hilda Nutjob to leave it behind like that, huh?
Couldn't have pulled this off without it, that's for sure.
Okay, so you want to get below deck.
That must be the orca I saw before. Katie? Oh my gosh.
Nancy, I was afraid no one would ever find me.
What happened? How did you get here?
I fixed my boat and went right out to check on the whale, only the fog was rolling in and it was getting dark. Then I finally saw her, only she was being fed by some men in an outboard. They were putting some sort of harness on her. When they saw me, they rammed my boat, then grabbed me, tied me up, and brought me here. I don't know what's going on.
I think I do. They're using the whale to bring up smuggled cargo from a shipwreck.
Shh! Listen! Someone's coming! Hide! Hide!
Well, Katie, you'll be happy to know that your friend Nancy will be joining us any minute. Hey, how'd you get that gag off? Well, it appears she's already here. All right, where are you? Nancy!
If I could make it back to my kayak, I could go get help.
Somebody stop her!
Go!
Oh no! I'm trapped!
Well, what do we have here?
I knew it was you all along. And I told Holt and Jenna, if anything happens to me, they'll know you did it.
Nice try. But I can smell a bluff a mile away. You're about to become the victim of an unfortunate kayaking accident. Or maybe I'll tell my customers that the snake horse got you. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Say goodnight, Nancy.
Okay. So obviously that didn't work.
Oh no! I'm trapped!
Well, what do we have here?
I knew it was you all along. And I told Holt and Jenna, if anything happens to me, they'll know you did it.
Nice try. But I can smell a bluff a mile away. You're about to become the victim of an unfortunate kayaking accident. Or maybe I'll tell my customers that the snake horse got you. Yeah, that's what I'll do.
Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to throw this in the water.
What did you do that for? Say goodnight, Nancy. Nuts.
Good night, Nancy.
Way to go, buddy!
Awesome.
Nancy Drew. Nancy Drew, are you on board? This is Holt Scotto. I'm here with the Coast Guard. Nancy.
Dear Ned, I've got to hand it to Andy Jason. The plan he cooked up to recover smuggled animal furs was a darn good one. First, he got himself an orca that the Russians had trained for covert military operations. Then he made it look like the whale was an orphan, so he could hide her in plain sight while she did his dirty work at night. Then he and his henchmen disabled Katie's boat to keep her out of their way. They needed work gloves, so they stole hers. In fact, Andy's henchmen couldn't resist using the tunnel they'd found out about in Hilda's notebook to steal practically everything they could get their hands on. But now Andy and his buddies are in jail. Jenna is serving more clam chowder than ever. Katie is planning to vote for Holt after all. The orca is getting along great with a local pod and is rapidly losing interest in humans. And I'm back on the ferry headed home. See you soon, Nancy. P.S. Just before I left, I saw something appear, then quickly disappear in the channel by Katie's boat. She said it was just a log, but I'm pretty sure it was you-know-who saying goodbye.
Looks like Caddy. Based on your cool sleuthing style, you're presented with the Puzzle Master. So, solving puzzles. Fewest attempts. Oh.
Hey, fellow detective, ever been to a ranch? I haven't, but I've been invited to one. It's in Arizona, and it's called Shadow Ranch, and I can't wait to go. You're invited too, but I should probably warn you, it could be a little dangerous.
So the premise is she's going on a trip. But anyway, yeah, that's Danger on Deception Island. Solved it in under 3 hours. But yeah, one of my favorite games, probably my favorite game, just kind of the nostalgia. So hopefully next week I will be streaming a game. I haven't really decided which one I'm going to stream next. I might go like in order, starting from the first game and work my way up, and then obviously skip over this one. Or I might just kind of go around, maybe go in the order of my favorites. Haven't really decided, but yeah, if you liked my little walkthrough and my commentary, please make sure you hit the like button and you subscribe to my channel if you already haven't, and that way you can receive notifications if you hit the bell, and you will be able to get notified whenever I stream my games again. And yeah, that's about it. I look forward to seeing everybody again soon.